What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing Andrew Wiggins currently re-signing or contract extension with the Golden State Warriors. And if you haven't heard, or if it's old news to you by now, Andrew Wiggins re-signed with the Golden State Warriors for $109 million for 4 years. Now, the numbers really don't stand out to me as much as what does this mean for other players on the Warriors. And by other players, I mean Draymond Green. As we all know, Andrew Wiggins was a vital part of what the Warriors were able to do in the NBA Finals last year. Even getting him in the contract or trade, I would say, for D'Angelo Russell, when people wrote him off, said he was a bust, said this was probably one of the worst number one draft picks since Anthony Bennett, and just talks about how much of a player he isn't. But if you look at Andrew Wiggins' stats, right, and you look at his stats and you say, well, he's in line with a lot of other players at his position. Let's just go through some of the numbers, right? Since he's been in Golden State. Year one, he averaged 19. Year two, he averaged 18. And last year, he averaged 17. Not to mention, he played 73 games for the Warriors last season and 71 the year prior to that. And then you add in the games that he did when he was traded. He played 42 for Minnesota in 2019, and he played 12 in 2019 for the Golden State Warriors. Now, mind you, the season of 2019, we know what happened with the Golden State Warriors. They weren't good. So ultimately, they ended up with a good enough draft pick for them to be, in the bottom tier of the league. But when you look at Andrew Wiggins, we're talking about somebody for his career: 19 points per game, 44.8% for his career in shooting percentage, 4.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and he's one of the better wing defenders. So I think it's only right that he gets paid, correct? I think so. The Warriors, I believe, with this deal, Andrew Wiggins will be with them for 5 years. Now, he does become a free he has a player option on this deal in 26-27. But if you look at the contract, we're talking about somebody that is making $33 million this year that's off the Minnesota contract. Then in the following seasons, he'll make 24, 26, 28. Now, the Warriors have just recently signed Jordan Poole, and now they signed Andrew Wiggins to an extension. So what does that mean for Draymond Green? I believe Draymond Green will not be a Golden State Warrior next season. I believe his time is done. The off the court issues may have something to do with that, but I believe that the Warriors want to get younger in certain spots, certain positions. Could I be wrong? Of course. This is just my opinion. But I ultimately see the Warriors moving on, because how much are you willing to give up to get, right? You'll allow this to happen. Let's just say, for instance, this didn't happen. Would I still be saying this? Yes, because Draymond Green believes he's a max player. And on the Warriors, even though they are willing to pay luxury tax after luxury tax, at what cost, though? Triple singles. This is no disrespect to Draymond Green, but at the price tag that he'll be asking, at what cost are you willing to do that? I just see that with this Andrew Wiggins, extension, you have Clay, you have Steph, you have Jordan Poole, you have Weissman, and I feel like, yes, it will be pretty hard pressed to replace what Draymond does as far as leadership, as far as being, able, a more able body for Steph to run off the ball for, right? But I believe ultimately that the Golden State Warriors will move on from him and let him seek other options. Granted, 4-time champion, multiple-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year. But I believe Andrew Wiggins can be a caliber player where he can be a front line for Defensive Player of the Year. Not saying you can run the offense through him for Steph, but when you look at how the Warriors play, plug and play offense, you could put not saying that players are going to be of the caliber or NBA IQ that Draymond is, but when I look at it at the end of the day, why not? Why not allow him to seek other options if that's what he want to do? Because again, how many off the court issues will you allow this guy to do? How much rope will you give this guy to basically not only hang himself but the team? You don't want a 2000. What season was that when the Cavs beat them and he was suspended? You don't want that. So again, with Andrew Wiggins' deal and Jordan Poole's deal, what does that leave him? I believe on the outside looking in. But again, this video is about Andrew Wiggins, and I believe this is well deserved. We saw what happened in the NBA Finals when they matched him up against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We seen that last season. He had an awesome last season, first time All-Star, and I believe it was only right for the Warriors to do this with him, because quiet as kept, a lot of teams will want an Andrew Wiggins. I know a lot of NBA teams that will want an Andrew Wiggins. So it's only right that he got his extension. He has a home in Golden State. And for the next, at least 3 years, the Warriors are going to be right there competing. Even if they don't win it all, they're going to be right there competing with the Denvers, the Mavericks, the Phoenix. They're going to be right there competing. So I'm interested to see how things turn out, not only for Andrew Wiggins, but also the Golden State Warriors this season. I'm interested to see how his level of play, whether it bumps up or he, tends to take a step back. But we will see. Like I said, he's a career scorer of close to 20 points per game. Who wouldn't want that on their team? Almost close to 45% from the field. Close to 5 rebounds. Who wouldn't want that on their team? And he's a great wing defender. He reminds me of a more potent Andre Iguodala. Iggy never been a scoring threat. So that's what Andrew Wiggins remind me of. A more potent Andre Iguodala. Super athletic. Can play most positions on offense and defense if asked. And that's the type of players you need. So, again, with this extension, I think the Warriors did the right thing with him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Right, wrong, or indifferent. As always, it's greatly appreciated hearing from you guys. Whether you watch, listen, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. This is Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.